Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alrighty guys, in today's video, we'll be going over a very easy, simple, and efficient guide to do the oil rig as fast as possible. Now, if you do not know, the oil rig is the new structure that has been added in the newest Palworld update, and it is sitting here in the bottom right corner of the map. As you can see here is the oil rig, and the oil rig is at level 55. So the enemies here are level 55, the pals here are also level 55. So if you're below level 50, this will be almost impossible for you, and it is still quite difficult even while I'm here sitting at level 54. Now we do know plasteel is the new material needed to craft the new weapons, the new armor, and some of the new facilities. And to make plasteel, we need crude oil, and crude oil is very expensive. As you can see here, only 28 crude oil is going to make 5 plasteel, which is basically nothing. And we also know that the crude oil extractors extract oil at a very slow rate. So this is why I'll be helping you guys today in the new oil rig raid, or structure I should say. Now, to prepare yourself for this oil rig raid, I would definitely recommend having a bunch of ammo, legendary schematics, epic schematics, any weapon schematics would be fine, or any weapon rarity would be fine. But the higher the level of the weapon, the easier it is going to be. And same goes with armor, so the high level armor or higher rarity armor you have, the easier it's going to be, because you're going to get more HP and more defense. But for this, I would highly recommend you have at least a defense pendant +2 and the life pendant +2, because you're going to be taking too much damage if you do not have these, and you're going to die pretty much all the time, and it's not going to be fun for you. Now, you can also use the new Homeward Thundercloud to consume it, and it will just take you off the oil rig to the closest base. But this is also a little bit expensive, and I would not recommend this because I have a way that you can escape the oil rig without needing to use one of these items. Now, we've gone over the weapons, the gear, the accessories, and whatnot. Now, what pals should we rock? And I would highly recommend you would have a Gale Claw, because Gale Claw is like one of the best pals in my opinion, as we can just pretty much glide around anywhere at super high speeds. So for this raid, I would highly recommend having Gale Claw. I would this is a must, either having a Belle Noire or a very strong pal that has AoE attacks. But for me, I use Belle Noire because this Belle Noire is extremely strong. This is a must. You must have Jet Dragon or a very fast flying pal for this raid. Otherwise, you'll not make it onto the raid at all on the oil rig, because Jet Dragon is pretty much the only way you can get there. So now, once you're prepared and ready for the oil rig, you can go ahead and go to the Marsh Island, which is just right here. We'll go ahead and teleport to here. And now, once we're here, we're going to look to the right, and we are going to see the oil rig structure. Now, once again, this is a level 55 structure, so make sure you are prepared. And also, here is the time where we pull out Jet Dragon. So there are a few laser turrets around the area. As you can see by these big pillars here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lasers. And the lasers activate when you fly in the vicinity, so be careful about that one. The easiest way to get to the oil rig is make sure to just get on a Jet Dragon. Once you hear this oil rig go off, the laser go off, fly backwards for the laser to just not hit you. Once this happens, just glide in, keep tapping your sprint on and off so you have as much stamina as possible. The second you hear another laser go off, you're going to fly directly in the air. Now, a few lasers are going to go off here, but you should evade every single one of them. And we should be able to glide straight onto the oil rig. Just like that, we are now on the oil rig, and Jet Dragon has done his job well done. Now, also, if you did not know, with the oil rig, you can also destroy these laser towers, but I wouldn't recommend this because you're just going to be wasting a bunch of time. Now, on the oil rig, I have found there are 4 chest locations so far. The oil rig has one big golden shiny chest that contains a bunch of oil, some ancient cores, and a bunch of different loot. Now, we're going to be going over some of the locations here. Now, I have found 4 of the locations, so I'll be showing you guys the 4 locations. Now, the first location is right here on this left side of the tent. The best way to look to see if it's in here is use this little glitch, peer in, and the chest is not there. But the best way to take out these guards here is pretty much just attack one of the guards until the sirens go off. Once the sirens go off, the guards will be alerted, and I would recommend just jumping onto the right side of the tent here and just sitting here on this right side until all the guards in the vicinity come to this very corner. I would recommend just sitting in this corner because, once again, the guards can run here and they cannot attack you. So now, once all the guards here, this is where I'd recommend having an AoE pal or Belle Noire. I use Belle Noire because the Nightmare Iris is extremely strong here. I go ahead and I get my Belle Noire, and she just shocks all of them. It is unfortunate I did get shocked there because I did roll off stupidly, so let's go ahead and jump straight back on. Now, this is the part where I would recommend having Belle Noire to do her Whirlwind AoE attack if she would like to do that. That is not the attack I would like you to do, Belle Noire. Now, also be careful of your Pal's HP because they get hit a bunch and they deal too much damage. If you like, you can just go ahead and just tickle them down just by shooting them up here. I would never recommend jumping straight down into the fire or into the mix. There we go. Good job, Belle Noire. We are taking these guys out. Let's go and take out this gunner as well. And as we take out all these guys, we're going to get a bunch of loot such as gold coins and crude oil, but the guards drop such a little crude oil, it's pretty much never worth it killing all the guards every single time. There are also a bunch of gold chests scattered around the area. I'm just going to sneak past this one cleaner because the AI is a bit stupid. There is sometimes a chest that spawns in here. It might need a key, it might not need a key, but you can go ahead and collect that one up. Let's go ahead and run past this guy. There are also turrets, as you can see, but the turrets are very, very dumb in this. The turrets do little damage to you, and they can barely never hit you unless multiple of them are hitting you at the exact same time. As you can see here, this turret is missing all of its shots, and it cannot hit me. And if it does hit me, I think it does like 30 damage to my character. It does a very minimal damage, and it's really... these aren't a threat. Now, you can also go ahead and destroy these turrets as well, but once again, I wouldn't really recommend it. You're pretty much just wasting a bunch of time doing that over and over and over. And we're going to make our way down from where we first started into this one Syndicate Hunter. This guy always spawns here, and he is always going to drop out a Tombat. So just make sure you take out this guy, and inside of this red crate here is always going to be a chest as well. This can require a key or no key, it doesn't really matter. We're going to open it, and we've got ourselves some high quality recovery meds. Now here is where I recommend having Gale Claw and also a grappling gun. What I would do is I would just jump on the container, the turrets can barely hit me, just get Gale Claw and start gliding your way over here to this corner, or this area over here I should say, the main area, and just sit right under here where we're going to find the next chest. Open that chest up, and we are pretty safe in here unless the guards start chasing us, such as this one cleaner here. Now under here you should be pretty safe, and this is where the next chest location can be located. It can be located right in this little blue hut here, and is going to be guarded by a minigun or a syndicate cleaner, or whatever that, what are they called again? The syndicate crushers, that's where they are. So the next chest can spawn right up here, but it's pretty simple. If you have just a double jumping mount or something, you just go ahead and double jump. Here, if it's there, we do not see the chest there, so it is not there. We aren't going to worry about that too much. But a chest can spawn there as well. After, if you check the chest and it's not there, just what you want to do is come to the right here over to these containers. Make sure to have your grappling gun out, and this is why Gale Claw is super strong. And as you can see there, just a few bullets and I'm already half HP, which is just insane. We're going to glide all the way down into this corner, past this Syndicate Crusher. I'm taking way too much damage here. And we're going to sit on top of these containers right here. Go ahead and drink a recovery med so we just can't die here. So after we've gone ahead and checked that first or second location, I should say, Gale Claw your way down to this shipping container. Now what you want to do here is make sure you do not stand on this right side. Walk over a little bit to the left side, and for some reason, the guards sort of think that as like we're in its area for some reason. So now that we are in the left corner, the guards can either path around to the right side in this corner here, or they'll path right here. All you're going to need to do is sit here and wait maybe a minute or two for all the guards to come down. It really looks like majority of the guards are already on their way here. And what we're going to do, we're going to get a Belle Noire. This is why I recommend having an AoE attack. You can also use a rocket launcher or grenade launcher here. It doesn't really matter. Having a Belle Noire, using Nightmare Iris or her tornado attack should take out these guys pretty simple. As you can see there, a bunch of the guys have died straight away. I would never recommend jumping down in here and taking them on straight away because they will almost instantly destroy you. Let's go ahead and take out these guys straight away. And once we've taken these out, we can go ahead and grab their loot. Some of the guys do spawn in pals. As you can see here, this guy spawned in a Bushi. Let's go ahead and take out that Bushi. And this one Syndicate Gunner is making me a little bit annoyed because he kept shooting me from far away. There is also a chest down here as well. This can require a key. It also doesn't need to require a key. It is just a chance. We need a silver key. Let's go ahead and pick lock this. Let's just get the Skyrim lockpick animation real quick. There we go. We open the chest and we got some loot. Now, after you've done here and sat on this container, the next location for the big chest is sitting right in this big room here. If you've taken out all the guards here, it should be quite easy to get in here. So what we're going to do is going in to go to the entrance, which is just on this other side here. There'll be two cleaners right up front of the door guarding it. All you need to do is have a Belle Noire just to use Nightmare Iris on it. Fingers crossed hits both targets. No, it doesn't. Let's go ahead and take out these guys. There we go. We've got the tornado. That is the move we are most wanting. The Syndicate Cleaners are like extremely tanky for some reason. I don't know why they're so tanky. But also a chance of some of the last struggling guards can come down here. after you like activate the cleaners, so just be careful about that one. I would always recommend taking out the guards one-on-one. Do not jump and kill them in groups because that is just a death wish because they just deal too much damage. There we go, we have taken out the guards and this is where the next big room can be. As you can see, there is a crush here. The chest is usually located behind the crusher. And there is also a turret in here. Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and take out these guards in here, shall we? There are grenaders, there are hunters, and they spawn in a few pals as one of these guys spawn in a lethal punk Ignis. Once again, the turret really isn't much of a threat because it cannot hit me for anything. It is basically the Stormtrooper of Palworld here. And also, the big crusher can spawn in a Jorgmuntide Ignis, or I should say it guarantees spawns a Jorgmuntide Ignis, so just be careful about that one. We have some of the guards coming up from behind us because they are stragglers. Should be pretty easy. Now, crushers are extremely dangerous because once they hit you, they don't stop hitting you and they deal too much damage. But a Bella Noir Nightmare Iris just takes them out. And right here is where the next chest location can spawn. It'll sit right here. And as you can see, this turret cannot hit me once again. If it does not spawn here, then we are going to go to the final location. Also, an easier way to check if the chest is here. Going straight from the center of the oil rig, you can come straight down to the scaffolding down here. And all you need to do is either have a grappling gun or some sort of glider. And all you need to do is glide here, grappling gun right at this point, check to see if the chest is there. If it's not there, then it's not here, and we're going to go to the final location. Now, the final location is going to be on the first story. So previously we were down on the second story where those crates are. Now we're going to go up. There is a crusher here. What we're going to do, we're going to get Galclaw and relocate over to the left side to where these silver containers are. Or these silos, I should say. And now once we're here, there's also a chest that sits right here. We're going to go ahead and unlock that one. We're going to start off schematic. I do not need that. So now we are on the right side of the oil rig, or the right side of the oil rig, or left side, I should say, depending which way you're looking at it. And the last chest spawns down here on these silos. There's sometimes a bunch of the enemies that do chase you. Hello, Cleaner. I didn't see you there, buddy. So after the silos, the metal silos, we want to go straight into this area where the final chest location is located. Now, there are a few guards here. I just took them out. And there's also going to be a crusher there. Do not attack him because you actually just walk straight past him if you take this path. And on the far left side, you're going to see the chest. There is a cleaner that spawns here, the flamethrower guy. That guy spawns in a Wixen, as you saw before. We took him out. And this is the big oil rig chest that we are all after. This takes, I think it's 10 seconds to unlock. So make sure you are pretty safe before you open this chest. And once we open this chest, we are going to get a bunch of the loot, such as oil and advanced cores. As you can see here, we've got 150 crude oil, 4 ancient cores, Gatling gun bullets, a stamina lotus, and a missile launcher schematic. Now, the loot that I got can vary. Sometimes you can get 80 crude oil, sometimes you get 150 crude oil, sometimes you can get 6 ancient civilization cores, sometimes you can get 2. The loot all varies, and also you can get some legendary schematics from this place. After doing the oil rig about 15 times, I found myself getting 1 legendary pump schematic, so there's always a chance now to get legendary schematics. I'm not sure what the exact drop rate is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the legendary powers at 2%. Now, once you've opened up the chest, you can go ahead and use your Homeward Thundercloud, but if you do not have that, here is a very simple and easy way to get out using Galclaw and the grappling gun. What we're going to do now, we're just going to use Galclaw and make our way under the facility and go and make our way back to the very beginning where the tents are. Use our grappling gun and get the speed boost glitch to make our way there a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and do that. So we are now here back at the tent. As you see, the tents are on the left side. We're going to go down into this little scaffolding place here. I would never recommend using a flying pal to make your way out unless you've taken out the lasers. If you haven't, the lasers are going to hit you and it is not going to be fun as you're going to need to swim all the way back. So what I do here is I use my grappling gun and Galclaw, and I use my grappling gun, and now when I'm about to reach the end of my grappling gun, I hold W and I press spacebar to activate my Galclaw. As you can see here, just like that, we have got a massive speed boost. Now, I would keep unequipping and equipping Galclaw over and over because after a certain amount of time holding Galclaw, you start lowering down into the sky. But for some reason, if you keep pressing spacebar or the activate button for Galclaw, the falling just resets, so you can just stay like at a height through the entire time. We are back on Marsh Island and we have just finished the oil rig. Very easy, very simple. This took me 20 minutes to do the full oil rig, and sometimes if you get the chest at that one tent, this oil rig can take you less than 5 minutes. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and even a comment down below. I would really appreciate that, and I will catch you guys in the next video.